Should you buy Ghosts from the Past 2? Did you enjoy the reprints that they announced? Are you addicted to opening Yu-Gi-Oh packs? Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? My name is Susu from Head-to-Head Battles, and in today's episode, we're gonna be breaking down Ghosts from the Past 2 in 3 different categories: competitiveness, casual, and the collectors, the big 3 C's of Yu-Gi-Oh! Do me a favor and slap that like button, subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG and Master Duel content, hit that notification bell down below, and comment down below what you think about this set and if you're buying this set or you're going to pass. We're also gonna be doing live box breaks over at twitch.tv/head-to-head battles. If you want more information on how to participate, join our Discord. I'll have every link down in the description box down below. And without further ado, let's get started. All right, so the first category that I do want to talk about is how competitive is Ghosts from the Past 2. Now, this set has a lot of amazing reprints, but it does come with some brand new cards as well. The first card that I do want to talk about is Decode Talker Hitsu. Now, this card says it gains 500 attack for each monster it points to, which is not a prevalent effect, but it says quick effect. You can pay 1,000 life points to draw 1 card. Then if your life points are 2,000 or less, you can apply this effect. Banish this card from your field, and if you do, special summon 1 Link 3 or lower Cyberse monster from your extra deck except itself, and you can only use this effect of Decode Talker Hitsu once per turn. Now, this effect is really good because in the mid game or in the grind game, right, you have Decode Talker on the field, you can banish it to summon another Link 3, and then Link Climb to kind of OTK your opponent with access code if you're summoning Transcode Talker and you have some other extender in your hand. But even without it, this card is insanely good, right? Another really good card that I do want to talk about is Boral and Dragon. Now, this is a new Link 5 that does utilize the Rocket strategy, but most generic Dragon Link decks do run the Rocket package, so it's a pretty good card to end a turn, or rather end the game. But you know, sometimes it is a little awkward to get into being a Link 5. You know, one of the few other Link 5s that are good are kind of a Add Arrival, Add Ignister, and Underworld Goddess, but I think Boral and Dragon will cement itself as, you know, a staple in the Dragon Link deck. Another new card that I do want to give highlight to is Altergeist Failover. Let's read this card together. This card says, if another card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon 1 Altergeist monster from your hand, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Altergeist monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand, right? So not only does this card help recursion, but it helps kind of keep that level of control on the board, even if your opponent does end up wiping your board. Now, Altergeist is a strategy that I think is one of the better trap decks in the game, next to like Subterra Guru and Trap Tricks Dogmatica. Now, don't flame me in the comments. This deck is really freaking good, all right? Another thing that Ghosts from the Past 2 brings to the table is DD reprints, ultra reprints, right? Like cards like Lamia, cards like Slime, and Zero King Rage. These are all cards that needed reprints. Now, DDs is a deck that like kind of introduces every gaming mechanic in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, it's not a deck for a brand new player, but if it is a deck that you decide to pick up as a brand new player, you're going to be rewarded by kind of just understanding the game a little bit better. So I'm kind of glad that Ghosts from the Past 2 is reprinting the DD cards, because it kind of gives people another reason to play them. And now, for all you Sword Soul Tenyi players, you don't have to play with rare and common Tenyi cards. We're getting Ashuda reprints, we're getting Shathana, Mapura, Lalala. I mean, there's a bunch of different names, but we are getting ultra reprints for all of the Tenyi cards. And I think in the meta right now, with Sword Souls being a brand new archetype, I don't think Konami's going to hit it anytime soon, so I think these Tenyi cards are a great pickup. Unironically, they'll probably hit the Tenyi card before they ever hit the Sword Soul card, so keep that in mind. And the reprint that everyone is talking about, freaking Aluber, okay? Alubers were $150 freaking dollars. The Ultra Alubers I can see being anywhere between $45 to $65, with the secrets have come down, but they have kind of jettisoned right back up to like that $100 to $120 mark. But hey, at least they're not $150. Now, if you're already playing the best deck, we are getting Rise of reprints, okay? Now, Rise of the Mega Monarch had 2 secret printings in the Mega Tins and the original set that it came in, but they were $65 and $75 respectfully. I don't see the Rise of reprints going anywhere above $5 for the Ultra print, cementing Fluwandereeze as one of the best budget decks that you can play in 2022. Now, I do have a Flu deck profile up on our YouTube channel. I'll have the card somewhere. I never really know which way to point. So I'm just gonna put in both corners and hopefully it'll show up there sooner or later. And now the last card that I do want to talk about in the competitive section is the non-ugly version of Hope Harbinger. Now, Hope Harbinger has like a super printing and there's really ugly gold printing, but we finally are getting an ultra reprint. Thank you, Konami. Let's move over to the casual portion. But before we move on, I'm going to give the competitive section a score of 8. Now, I don't think it'll be any higher than an 8, but it could be lower. But in my opinion, I think 8 is really fair. Let me know in the comment section down below what number you would give it and what you think is a fair number. And now, for real, onto the casual section. All right, so we're finally into the casual part of our triple category, triple threat, the 3 C's of Yu-Gi-Oh!, the casual side. Now, one of the biggest mainstays of Ghosts from the Past 2 is going to be the hero freaking reprints. Faris and Increase needed a reprint really bad. Faris was like pushing northwards of $70 at one point, and Increases were like pushing like anywhere from $40 to $50. But I think the Ultra reprints are gonna do a really good job sort of allowing players who enjoy the game via the anime to really come back and play the decks that they really do enjoy watching being played and being able to play them themselves. We're also getting really dope reprints in the agent cards. We're getting amazing ultra rarity bumps for freaking Plunder Patrols. Now, Plunder Patrols is a deck that I really do enjoy playing and I have it built, but the Golden Hair and the Bluebeard being commons really hurt me deep inside, but gladly Redbeard, Whitebeard, and most of the more expensive Plunder Patrol cards are getting reprinted and the lower rarity ones are getting rarity bumped. So unironically, the ones that are getting rarity bumped are going to be probably more expensive than the ones that are getting a rarity horizontal. It's the same rarity, it's the same rarity. Another really big reprint is Generator Mardell and Boss Stage. Now, Mardell is a card that is a plant and is getting a lot of hype with the kind of plant or the Preda plant archetype coming in, and Boss Stage is, I mean, it only has one printing, it's a secret. It wasn't that expensive, but you know, having a lower rarity print for a really interesting archetype is definitely a step in the right direction. The last 2 reprints in the casual section that I do want to talk about is Ghost Tricks, because they are getting a reprint, but there isn't much to talk about because I think there's maybe like 5 Ghost Trick players in the entire world, but zombies, okay? The zombie structure deck is finally getting a reprint. We're getting a Doom King Baladrock reprint, Necroroll the Banshee, and Glow Up Bloom. Now, these are reprints that were extremely needed because these cards were extremely expensive. If you've ever went out to purchase a Zombie World or Zombie Horde structure deck, they were like $35 a pop, and Doom King Baladrock alone was a $10 to $15 card. So these reprints are really necessary, and again, I think Konami is taking a step in the right direction. Now, let's give the casual category a score. In my opinion, I think the casual category here also deserves an 8, but could be a 7. But definitely nothing higher than that, simply because there isn't much in the casual side of it, unironically. I mean, even if you include the agent reprints, the Ghost Trick, the Zombie Horde, the Heroes, actually that's a lot. I mean, that's already a lot. You know what? I'm going to cement my score at an 8. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree or disagree with my number, and give me a number yourself. And finally, on to the last category, the collector's side of Ghost from the Past 2. Now, Ghost from the Past 2, or Ghost from the Past, definitely should have a higher score in the collector's side of things, and it does. So I'm gonna give you my score first, and then we'll kind of break it down. I'm gonna give it a fat 9, and here's my reason why. The Ghost Rares in the set are really nice. In Ghost from the Past 1, we had Dark Magician, which was amazing. We had, you know, BLS and what cards that I don't remember. They don't leave a lasting impression. But in Ghost from the Past 2, we have Dark Magician Girl, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon. We have Dark Arm Dragon and freaking Cyber Dragon, okay? These Ghost Rares, and I've only talked about 5 out of 9, are already amazing, right? I mean, the other Ghost Rares aren't that good. We have Eye of Timaeus, Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere Mode, and some others that I don't remember. But from a collector's point of view, this Ghost Rare Dark Magician Girl, there's only one other Ghost Rare print that is absurdly expensive, and I don't even think it's an English copy. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but this is an OG Ghost Rare Dark Magician Girl print. Okay, now this card upon release, I can see it going from $500 and it getting bought out all the way to $800 or even $1,000. And if you get it PSA graded, and I don't recommend you do it, but if it does come back at 10, you could even sell it for an absurd amount of money. Now, let's talk about the Ghost Rare rates from Ghost from the Past 2. They said the rates are higher, but there's almost double the Ghost Rares. So technically the rates are the same, okay? Don't let Konami usher in what they think is something amazing without doing the math for yourself, all right, guys? So double the Ghost Rate pulls, double the Ghost Rares, it's the same thing, okay? It's gonna be the same thing. But nonetheless, because there are so many more Ghost Rares that are just generally much better in this set than the last, overall, I think Ghost from the Past 2 is an amazing investment. And I think if you could buy some, I highly do recommend it. Now, let's put the math together. We gave the competitive side an 8, the casual side an 8, and the collector side a 9, giving us a total point of 25 divided by 3, which is a solid 8.4 in my opinion, and I am not a financial advisor. I know I'm gonna edit myself saying this in the beginning. I am not a financial advisor. I still think with all the drawbacks of you not pulling the Ghost Rare that you want or some of the reprints that you want, I still think Ghost from the Past 2 is quite an amazing set to invest your money into. Now, I'm not saying spend thousands of dollars because you have people like me to do that for you, but if you can get your hands on a display or even a case, I highly do recommend it. The one thing I don't recommend you doing is buying the mini boxes, which are what comes in per display. But if you can, buy a display, and they're relatively cheap, I think they're about $85 right now, or get a case for about $800 after tax and shipping. I think these investments are something that you should look forward to because technically you have guaranteed pulled rates in a sealed case where no one can really tamper, with whatever's inside. And yes, people do tamper with these things, and these are things that you do need to look out for. But overall, with the score of 8.4, I think Ghost from the Past 2 is a set that I think Konami did put a lot of thought into. Especially when they're thinking about what reprint should go in there, what cards that, players, or what cards they think players are really looking into, like, Heat Soul Talker or Decode Talker Heat Soul and Boral and Dragon and some of the other new cards and the reprints as well. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, slap that freaking like button to help push this video through the algorithm. Make sure to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG and Master Duel content, and hit that notification bell down below, and comment down below what you think of this set and what score out of 30 you would give it divided by 3, and let me know in the comment section down below. All right, guys? So my name is Susu from Head to Head Battles, and I am signing out.
What's up, guys? If you haven't subscribed, make sure to click that button right there in the middle.
Also, if you haven't watched that video that YouTube is recommending you, it's probably crazy, all right? Go watch it. This is Susu from Head to Head Battles.
Head to Head Battles.
Signing out.